Today is... What day is this?
Well, let's check. It's 3:30.
No, not the time.
It is 4/27/2018.
Blaze it. Anyways.
We're a whole week past that, man.
Yeah, we're like 7 days past it anyways.
You're listening to Those Guys podcast.
Hey guys, it's Shreddie Eddie.
Hey, it's Isalang, or aka the East.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, long awaited.
What is this? A month? 2 months?
A month.
About a month.
YouTube tells us a month since the last time we did this.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I was so lonely.
Too much stuff has happened.
Yeah, I know. I have to write it down to remember later on.
No,
Wait, you kept a log?
No, I meant like yesterday. Like wrote it all down in my phone.
Oh, okay.
Just some talking points.
Yeah,
Shoot, and I was going to actually compliment you for being organized.
Yeah, I thought
I had my stuff organized a while back. Come on. I know, yeah, a lot going on. Anyways,
What? So
let's
when was
talk.
the last time? What? Spring before spring break?
Before spring break
in March. You guys are hanging out at my place.
Yeah, before we all had our amazing, cool trips to
That was so
places.
lonely without you guys.
Yeah. We didn't have internet access, so we
That
could
was
hear
so
your whining.
lonely.
No.
That's fine. You want to begin with suffering and then go into random stuff?
Yeah, suffer.
No, I'm good. You guys start, because I want to hear about your Belize trip, because even though it's like a marine bio trip, at least it seemed pretty interesting. So
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it.
Rain some science down.
Okay, so my Bio 454 Tropical Reef Ecology class essentially had us go down to Belize for a week to do our projects on any kind of fish or any kind of animal around the small island that we were at. And mine was on the Sparosoma viridae, which is the stoplight parrotfish. And I was originally going to check how they had a different preference for dead or live coral. And that had to change when I got there. Like, after the first 3 days, I had to redesign my experiment to just watching the fish eat things.
Wait, so you started with, like, coral growth, or what exactly with the coral?
Okay, so Sparosoma viridae is a type of labriform, which means just a fish with two jaws. So one jaw eats coral, and the other one kind of digests it a little bit more in another jaw set in their throat.
They have two mouths?
Yes.
That's amazing.
So these fish are really important just because they eat the coral and they keep algae from overgrowing other coral. But I found in papers that they like dead coral because that's where more algae grows. And that's their main food source. So that was just my hypothesis, that I would see more corallivorous behavior on dead coral. But I had to switch it when I showed up because I didn't realize that it was a marine protected area. And I couldn't
Crack open these coral?
No, I couldn't lay down quadrats, or I couldn't lay down little stakes to map out my area.
Yeah, because then you'd be messing with their habitat.
Exactly. So I had to switch it up to just looking how many times they bite coral in 5 minutes, and compare it between their initial phase when they're after their juveniles, and then when they switch to their adult phase, which are terminal phase males.
So wait, do they switch from phases to phases like in a matter of? I mean,
Is it a Pokemon evolutionary
Yeah, that's
step?
what I was thinking. Yeah.
You have no idea.
So they go from child to adult in
No.
Okay.
It's after a few months. Physiological changes are very slow, but for this fish, it might be a year or two.
Yeah.
I would assume is my best guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it felt like Pokemon. We had to study 150 species regardless of our project fish. So then we had to know and identify them on our test, and then we'd be able to identify them in the field. Mm-hmm. So I felt like I had to find all 150 Pokemon, but there were 150 species, all the way from invertebrates to fish to a sea turtle. So that was a lot of fun trying to mark off every single fish on my list.
You're old fashioned. You didn't even have a Pokedex. You had a clipboard.
I had a clipboard.
Oh man.
Origin stories.
I bet you that water was really beautiful though.
It was. A lot of that kind of water is very clear.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see up to 50 feet away without no problem.
That's cool.
Here out in our coast, you see 12 feet. Not even from that side of the room to that side of the room. Just maybe 3 people lengths, stacked, you know.
Okay,
on the floor.
yeah, okay, listener. If you, like I said, because you're probably listening to this.
Yeah.
You're describing it. I'm guessing, so it'd be about.
It's clear enough to see far away.
Okay, so it's almost like okay, normie tradition. It's from seeing from the Damn,
It's like seeing from the back of your the halfway point of your lecture hall.
Yeah.
To the front of the classroom. If you guys are in college, I don't know.
Or if you like football, you could go from the zero to the
I just realized, is there like some magical paper? How are you writing on a clipboard underwater?
You know, I didn't know how that was gonna work until I had my dive slate with me. So the it's basically like a crayon that lets you draw underwater, and it's like waterproof. So
okay.
So then I have my friends like, you could write a book on those dive slates. I would totally read that. And I'm like, I totally would. Like, I had
Does it use paper or
no? It's actually like
you're writing on a board,
like PVC plastic, and you write on that.
That's
with like
crazy.
basically like a crayon type material,
So like a China marker,
like oil type base.
Yeah, so that's a China marker. Yeah, that sounds like a China marker.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Yeah,
explain what a China marker is.
So a China marker is when you use Actually, it's funny. I actually brought it. So instead, it's like a crayon. But it's
an adult crayon.
Yeah, like an adult crayon. But it's like, again, it's like mostly used for ink. You can get a lot of texture out of it, and it works underwater. When you pour water on it, it won't phase it at all.
Yeah.
It's oil based. There's just no look. You can't clean oil with water. They don't mix.
Congratulations, China markers, helping both scientists and artists.
Yes.
A nice bridge between both worlds.
I know. I mean, I should probably get some. Now I should go to Belize and dive and get some China markers.
You're just getting China markers, and you're just going to sketch out the, I don't know, the fields of turtle grass.
Oh, hi, turtle.
Yeah, for the first day, I had to figure out what was out there, because I've never been there before, and I've never seen, like, what kind of, like, data I could collect, so I had to reanalyze what I was going to do.
Okay, You're exploring. Please tell me you at least punch something.
I tried. They're fast.
Oh man, you actually tried to punch something. Okay.
Last episode, you guys were wondering if Shreddie Eddie's gonna punch a fish. And let me tell you, those fish are pretty prepared. They're not gonna just let anyone come up and punch them in the face.
Oh man.
They squared up, they bobbed and weaved.
Yeah, no, there's a damselfish out there that has my name, it's on my, like, blacklist to punch when I go back, and I gotta go find him.
So give me the Bowser of that fish, and then the male fish is gonna have to, like, save his bro, right? Super Mario style.
They're already, like, naturally territorial,
oh, yeah.
So then they ended up just, like, getting too close to me and nibbled my hand, and, like, I put squared up, I'm like, okay.
Raise up, raise up!
What was the phrase that you said earlier?
What, squared up and bobbed and weaved?
No, shut up and punched up.
No, put up or shut up?
Put up or shut up was my response to this fish. I was like, this is what I've been preparing for. Not the scientific paper, but this one punch.
This one chance encounter with a random fish.
I got pretty close to a sea turtle, but I knew if I got punched it, I would go to jail.
Oh yeah, because I heard
Belize law is really strict.
About sea turtles, yeah.
No, just any kind of marine animal or...
Oh.
So even if you punched that other fish, that would have been illegal?
They would have not known. It's all black anyways. In the sense that it won't leave a mark. That's not even good. I might cut that out.
Don't worry.
Okay, so in general, I didn't get to punch the fish. But I got close.
You're in the clear.
Yeah, I'm in the clear. Let's leave it at that. So I'm going to wrap up with my findings. There's nothing different between either of these fish. They have no predators that are, like, really present. They share the same food source, and I barely had enough data to really make a graph. 7 days wasn't enough, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. It became, like, at first, like, we're all serious with our books. I had, like, 2 composition notebooks and 2 legal pads ready to write notes. I barely wrote, like, a page of stuff. And it became a vacation, like, after 2 days, like, the teacher, like, yeah, it's totally different than what I remembered. We're just gonna enjoy ourselves.
But real quick though, I know you spent most of the time underwater, but were you able to actually explore the country of Belize? Like, how'd you
I was unfortunately not able to check out the country of Belize. Besides the airport, a little bit of Dangriga, which is the port city where we took the little boat to the island, and a little bit of the the little airport that the little small plane took us to. The big airport.
So you didn't get the at least probably.
No,
like,
but I'm definitely
source
gonna go back to check out. There's some place called San Pedro, which is like its own island that's really well known. It still has a bunch of, I guess, population living there. But next time I definitely want to travel the country, but I might go to the.
It's near Mexico, right? Or South America?
It's in South America.
Oh.
It's actually next to Guatemala.
Oh.
So it's like below Mexico. Geography. It's down by Guatemala.
Down by Guatemala. Okay.
I'm just I was confused as you, because like when I went, I didn't check where I was.
I was just like, where am I? What's that fish?
So
I had no idea. I knew I was in the Caribbean.
So what I imagine is it's like PUBG, where you're just flying over this island, and it's like, where am I being deployed to? Oh gosh, I'm not in the Hunger Games mode.
They just dropped you in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. No, but man, that sounds like fun. I needed like scuba diving or something. You know?
It would have been better if it was scuba diving, because I could stay down there and count the fish. I had to keep going down, and like the maximum I was down there was maybe a minute or 45 seconds of air before I had to surface up, and my first videos were really shaky.
No, I can tell.
Until like towards the end, where I understood, I'm just like I had to just be still and like either get the shot or drown.
Take the shot, Eddie. Take the shot.
Should have thrown your perk point into Iron Lung.
Oh my gosh, that sounded nice.
So if I'm gonna wrap this up, the food there was amazing, because we had like a personal chef kind of like serve us at 7 o'clock, 12, and 6:30. So we had like 3 square meals like all the time. We didn't lose weight despite swimming in the channel. Like from
constant movement,
from
but at
9:30 to 11:30, we'd be swimming in like this current in the middle of a channel. And that was some pretty intense swimming, because it's like almost like 500 feet out and back, with like current in both ways.
That sounds delicious.
And then after lunch, we'd go to another reef where it's further away from our marine station, and there's a lot more things to see because it was a lot more preserved. And then the least favorite one was the mangrove, despite having a lot of diversity, or known to be having a lot of diversity. We didn't get to see a manatee. We weren't allowed to swim on our own. We were just allowed to sit on little floats. And we're just kicking, and there was nothing to do. And my friends, I'm just going to touch that Cassiope frondoso. That thing I told you.
Frondoso.
Yeah, the upside down jellyfish. He's just like, can I touch it? It's like, no, those are stingers, bro. So it was kind of
I mean,
the
you
lowest
could
point.
go touch it, I guess, if you had a stick or something to jab it with.
I don't know.
I don't think you want to provoke it.
No, they're not that dangerous, but in all, most of the nights was really poor Wi-Fi, so I couldn't like post things often as much as DK did. But I was able to play Clue, and I sucked at Clue. I couldn't like win at all. I would like randomly mark things. I'm like,
It was that guy who did this thing. Nope.
I'll be like marking things like, and then we had 2 people that were just super into the Clue and understood the game. They'd be like whoosh, whoosh, marking off stuff like left and right.
Wait, man. was it digital Clue or no?
It was paper Clue.
Oh, that's cool.
So I got really close once. I was like, I got this, and I was wrong by like one person. I'm like, how? Oh wait, I'm that person or whatever.
I am the culprit.
I should have known this all along.
Now do yourself a favor and go watch the movie. Was it Clue?
Yeah, Clue had like the 3 alternate endings.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was practically it. Like, we had a cool dog that was on the island. The local dog was called Reef Boy.
Reef Boy.
He would bring you coconuts and shells to throw for him, and he would choose whether you're worthy or not. But he'd bring it, he's like, I didn't like how you threw it, so he brings it to a different person to throw stuff.
Dang, talk
a
about
connoisseur of fetch.
Yes.
Yeah, he knows good fetch.
Oh man.
But for me, mostly it was just hanging in a hammock and relaxing.
That sounds cool, man. I'm glad you had fun in Belize, but yeah. Anyways, because I guess now I'm like my trip was like I didn't go anywhere. Talk about your trip, Donnie K.
Wait, do you really want to hear about my trip to the land of the rising sun?
The Holy Land. Because, you know,
I didn't even... Okay, so, like, I went to the source of anime, and it's not as saturated as I was expecting.
Well, you went to Osaka. Osaka's not even, like...
It's known for food.
Yeah, it's known for food, and they have
known for the Running Man on the side of that wall.
Yeah, which I did see.
They have Akihabara. Like, here's the thing. Osaka has its own Akihabara.
It's called Denden Town.
Yeah, Denden, but it's not as like, legit, like, the actual Akihabara. From what I heard. I don't know.
I think they have separate ones, but they're not as glorified as the main one.
I mean, it's not as dazzling and crazy, but at the same time, no, those shops are pretty crazy. And, like, some of the anime stores I went to, like, there was a 5-story one where each floor caters to a certain sort of fandom.
So, like, one's, like, floor's Idol fans, the other one's, like...
Floor 1, you go to, you go check out keychains and other stuff. Floor 2, you're now in, Fujoshi Hell.
Oh, no.
Floor hell goes downwards.
So I know which floor to avoid.
Floor 3, you ended up in Moe Hell.
Yeah, drop me off there.
Floor 4 was, what was it? It was Dojin. It was nothing but Dojin.
Oh boy.
Man, they're really backwards over there.
And floor 5 is TCG, so if you want to play Yugamons, that's where you go.
Oh, you mean Yugamon's Vanguard Edition?
There's also Vanguard, but the Yugamons was the thing that caught my eye.
So mostly cards there.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens if you go on floor 5.
Anyways, tell us more about your experience while I go grab some more chocolate if you don't mind.
Go ahead, go grab more chocolate.
Yeah, continue.
But beyond, like, talking about the source of anime and how I wasn't at the source of the spring, this place had tons and tons of temples and shrines. Like, I ended up in shrines and I didn't know how I got there. Oh, look, you go to a shop. You go to a more different shop. You know what? Let's cut through this alleyway. Go through the alleyway, you end up in a temple. Look at that, look at that Buddha. Throw an offering at it. Keep moving, you're back in an alleyway. End up on the other side of the alleyway. Oh, look! Taiyaki or some other kind of restaurant street food.
Maybe they're cycled that way so that when you move through shrines, you get to the food and you spend more.
I mean, yeah, there's also, like, points where one of the nights, I ended up in a Shinto shrine that was having a festival, and so there were just booths selling food and, like, carnival games.
Oh, was it just, like, that special time of the year?
Yeah, and then, like, if you ended up in a certain point, they set up cars with nothing but kegs, and there was Hanami, and Hanami is, you're basically drinking in public and you're having a picnic under cherry blossom flowers. So they're having Hanami. I want you to know that I found this Hanami picnic area at like 9 at night, and they just had like Christmas lights and everything, so it was well lit.
That's cool.
Hanami never ends, apparently.
Oh man.
The real partying happens after dark.
Yeah, but surprisingly, me and my friends were lucky because we showed up a week before Hanami should be happening because the cherry blossoms don't bloom until a week later.
Oh,
but it was really warm, and the trees woke up on the week we were there. So
that's cool.
We enjoyed Hanami. In fact, we went to Osaka Castle, and there was a monkey show, and it was great.
So a monkey show, like, actual does tricks and stuff?
Yeah, there was a monkey doing tricks and stuff, and there was a sign that just said Japanese monkey.
Just that. They didn't even give him a proper name.
Just Japanese monkey. Not like Grape-kun.
R.I.P. Rest in peace.
Wait, he died?
Hey, no, Grape-kun died?
No, I didn't know that, but then again, he was a really old penguin. I just know that much.
He was buried next to his wife.
Cool.
Right where he belonged.
Anyways, that was just...
That penguin lived the dream. Anyways.
Yeah.
He got praised for the dream.
Anyways, you tell us the juicy stories, because you said you were going to say this.
Oh, right.
Podcast.
So, like...
I'm ready.
No, if I gotta compliment the Japanese on, like, their professionalism and the ability to do their job, because not only was everything running clockwork while I was there, but, like, there's a point where it was approaching midnight, and I missed my train. In fact, I ended up in the wrong city.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
And so I wandered my way until I found a taxi and I rode the taxi in the wrong direction.
You just kept going the wrong
Oh
direction.
my god.
Yeah, and so, like, luckily, I had internet because I bought, one of those portable Wi-Fi boxes. Point being is, I was in contact with one of my cousins who was following me because, you know how Facebook has one of those functions where it's like, mark your location live so everyone can see it. So I'm doing that just to make sure I don't get any further lost.
Yeah.
And then my cousin's just like, dude, you're going the wrong direction, you know that? And I'm like, oh no. Also, I can't speak to the cabbie, I have no idea what to tell him. Oh, hang on, I know Japanese here. Just hand me over to him. So there's this long conversation. I'm very embarrassed because, you know, I'm stuck in this taxi,
You made
not
this
knowing
taxi
what's
driver
going on.
drive
Typical
that way.
gaijin.
Yeah, and
He just looks back like,
he turns around and he drives me back. He drives me to the right location. How much do you think my charge was?
Okay.
Okay, just adjusted for inflation. Okay.
Doing some math here. Carry the one.
Add 20.
Carry the other one. I mean,
Remember that Japan has is lower than the U.S.
I remember taxis aren't as expensive as in the United States, or are they about the same?
I don't know. I never rode an American
I'm gonna
taxi.
guess about 3,000 yen.
So,
And
did
I
sounds
hit it?
low.
Did that sound low? Did I hit the
Or
mark
is
on the
it
head?
I want
higher?
you to know 3,000's about $30 in America.
Okay,
That's
yeah, that's
about
what I'm
a
trying to think.
That's a regular Uber ride.
Yeah, so I'm
Is it less or
no, it's
more?
probably more.
Way more.
I'm 10,000 yen.
Oh, totally $100. You just like
10,000 yen. I'm
the
just calling
most
it.
expensive taxi ride of your
I'm
life.
calling 10,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not
Aw.
that. The most expensive? Yeah. I racked up $560.
What? 500.
560.
You know how many anime figures you could have bought?
Yeah, either way, so,
Oh my god.
with Google Translate, I just simply said, dude, I only have like $300 on me. I am very sorry. And then just kept on hitting the voice button. And the guy's response was the A-OK hand signal.
Oh,
And so
boy.
he just charged me $300 when I got to my location.
Oh boy.
Oh, 560. You should have just taken an Uber. Don't they have Uber in Japan or no?
No, that's a...
I don't think so.
I remember in the Philippines they had Uber.
If they do have Uber, it didn't matter because I don't have an Uber.
How long were you in that taxi? Like 10 hours?
Oh my
No,
goodness.
more like 2, 3.
Jeez.
That's about, yeah.
I'm just glad he was like cool.
I mean,
with
a regular ride from
300.
the airport's like
Either way, I
$40.
remember I'm in the passenger seat. Well, I mean the rear seat.
Yeah.
I really apologized, and it was really funny because I bowed deeply. I bowed so deep, my head was in my lap.
You didn't jump and then do the bow?
No,
Okay.
and just handed him the 300. Walked the rest of the way home.
Oh man.
Oh,
But
boy.
either way, the kindness of these people that
Professionalism.
Yeah, no, you gotta respect these people
No,
for
yeah.
what they do.
Japanese people are the coolest.
I can't wait.
I
to
mean,
see.
from the people that I've met at like anime clubs.
End of the day,
yeah, I mean,
don't. Okay, so I thought I was on the right train. The point being is that well, not the point being, but the train stations, there are multiple lines that run through the same station. So like 5 different. LA, we only have like one color, right?
one
per
or
station.
two. Yeah, like
one or
the
two.
purple line.
There's
and-
like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So I thought I got on the right train, and then I'm following it, and I'm like, yep, I'm going in the right direction. The last one, where am I?
It's like,
What am I?
Detour. Whoa.
So I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I'll get out of the train, get on the next one, because I know that I could get on the proper line at the next station anyways. It's 12 o'clock, the train stopped running.
Oh
Oh no.
Wait, so do you think he might have charged more because it's like later at night? Or...
I'm guessing because he has to make another round back, and then that would cost gas on his car. That's what.
Probably.
Yeah, especially because he has to fill a quota because he's working for a
Depending
company.
where
yeah.
he was, like, I don't know what city you were in, but it might have not
Me
been like
neither,
a busy...
but that's fine.
It might have not been like a busy city or something like that.
If I want to add more drama to this, not even drama like bad stuff, but like my phone's about to die and my portable Wi-Fi died.
Oh man.
So I had to go. I walked around further just to find a
a charging station and you
No. I went to the nearest 7-Eleven and bought 2 charging charge packs.
Oh.
And just plugged in, and I'm like, okay, well, this netted like $15, but whatever. At least both my equipment are going to live. Hang on.
God, man, I gotta love these new phones and how they just die quickly. Even with the ultra power saving features that some of them
Nah,
have.
I think it works pretty good.
No, it does work well. It's just at the same time, I'm using Google Maps, Google Translate.
No, yeah,
and...
you're using a lot of stuff.
You're asking a lot out of your phone.
Yeah, and I'm on Facebook Messenger trying to contact
No, yeah, you're probably
my
burning,
guy.
You're,
Lots going
you're
on.
burning your phone's like CPU. Yeah, I mean, anyways, I'm probably.
So I mean that was a fun adventure. On more happier notes, I would go to places like the Nara Deer Park where I ate at McDonald's and stared at a giant Buddha.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna hold you to this. Do the burgers taste good?
They taste like McDonald's burgers.
But you didn't go to any burger place.
Yeah, I wasn't able to hit up any other burger shops.
Okay, because the only reason why I asked is because at this point I want to just prove that America has the best steak burgers here.
Yeah, well, I figured we're known for our burgers anyways.
Yeah, I'm just letting it know.
I think the Philippines traumatized you with burgers.
Yeah,
Anyways.
it did. It just all goodness, all the
What
mayo.
did they tossed too much mayo.
Mayo and the meat didn't taste like beef.
Well, what you do is you eat your burger and you close your eyes and you burned into your retinas. You just see Jollibee staring back at you.
Jollibee's
like-
burgers are not. Anyways, I don't want to go in about my. Tell me more about your trip.
Other than the deer actually bow at you, they aggressively bow at you and try to chew on your food.
So I'm ready.
And not your food, your clothes.
Oh, so what I'm imagining is that deer is just like he's bowing at. It's a deer from.
Are they
Ichigo.
super conditioned by people's like feeding? They're
Did you
just
see
like, I shall bow to you. Food.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Where's my food?
it's not even walk up to you, bow, and then hope that you get food. It's like walk up. And I'm just like, okay, it's like a violent up and down,
So what
and I'm like,
imagining-
dude,
Are
you're
you at a mosh
headbanging.
pit or are you at a park?
It's listening to baby metal.
Yeah, actually, if someone could get a loop of just one of these deer aggressively bowing at the camera and then just have baby metal, that'd be a good gif.
No,
right
you know
there.
what'd be funny though is that I was imagining if you saw some random principal guy wrestle the deer back and then.
No, I tried to I tried to put a deer in a headlock and it didn't work.
It's just a no. I've
Well-
seen this before.
No, it's not even that. It's that if they realize you don't have food, they just walk away. So like so I tried to lure it with crackers. It ate the deer cracker out of my hand, and then I started petting it, and it was okay with that. But because I'm not gonna make quick movements, that'll just spook the deer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still petting the deer and like slowly like starting to reach around its neck to try to get into a headlock.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's around that point, because I understand that I'm not doing it fast enough, the deer's like, yeah, I'm over this. I'm gonna go look for someone else with food.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm just gonna walk away.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, I'm out of crackers.
You should have
Oh,
used
man.
a threat. Like, I'm gonna make venison out of you. Bambi ain't gonna save you this time.
Oh my! Don't bring that up.
I mean, what else happened? Because,
It's hunting season.
Well, actually, it's kind of funny because
Okay, I'm done.
no, that's funny because like I heard like Disney is a lot more popular in Japan than anime is. Ironically,
yeah. I don't know about that, but just more of the... If I learned anything from the visit, everyone in Japan likes anime, one way or another, but to them, anime is more of a show than a genre, so it's just like, if you said, hey, do you watch House?
What is this foreign film?
Well, yeah, so like if you went up to an American and you're just like, hey, do you watch The Walking Dead or House? They'd be like, oh yeah, well, I've heard about it.
Oh, so it's almost like it's there. They acknowledge it as a medium, and it's not its own genre.
Yeah, it's just...
it just appears on TV.
Yeah, so instead of like, oh my god, anime, it'd just be like, oh, okay, so,
That's the normal broadcast,
like
isn't it?
DBZ or Survivor, whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna watch SpongeBob.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so it's like when I did speak to a Japanese person who spoke enough English that I could have a conversation with him. It was something along the lines of like, oh, well, so like, well, other than, well, I'm trying to remember the conversation itself, but it turned into, so, what do you like about Japan? And I'm like, oh, the food. history and all that jazz, and I like anime. And the response is, "Oh, cool, anime." And then so I paused for a moment and said, "Okay, better question. So you're a Japanese person. I'm curious to hear what's your favorite anime." And the response is, "I'm not into anime, but like I like Mobile Suit Gundam. That's pretty cool." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, people need to realize though that like not a lot of Japanese people, they're just like normal people like us.
They are.
They're not anime. Again,
This man worked at a
fantasy.
car factory.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Which car factory?
I don't know. I didn't bother asking.
Dang, you hooked us up with some
Oh
cool
man, you
car
should just
parts.
ask him afterwards. Like, did you listen to a bunch of Initial D? Eurobeat? I bet you that was his favorite show. You should have asked him, hey, did you watch Initial D?
No, he
You start
likes
sweating
robots.
like, oh, I don't know what that show is.
You work at a car factory. Come on, it's the most popular manga of all time. Nah.
It was weird in those shows.
Yeah.
They pay forever. Like, it seems like these kids have so much money. They're just in high school, like the Wangan Midnight or
the
Initial D.
Initial D, yeah, most of the
They
Initial D's characters.
Like, they have so much money for car parts and, like, mostly Wangan, because Initial D, his dad kind of, like, set him up with a really cool car and an engine.
Yeah.
But this other guy's just like, my car's total again. That girl totally drove off with my car and just run it into the river. What do I do?
Oh,
I'll
boo.
fix it.
I'll fix it.
It's alright. And he spends, like, no expense to get it completely remodeled or,
Oh,
like,
man.
everything, like, welded and, like, dude, where are you getting this money from? You're a high schooler kid.
I know, I wish
You're
I had that
failing
kind
everything.
of money. I wish I had money to buy my cars
So, I
and
mean,
stuff. Yeah.
I don't know if that's real or not. That's obviously
Well, I mean,
not
they got
real.
the job at the gas station, so I'm
I
pretty...
mean, that's the Initial D. This kid didn't go to school. He just went straight to his garage and said, I'm going to stay with my car. I need to go drive faster.
Oh, boy.
That's it. That's the whole show. Everyone needs to drive faster to escape their boring reality. The doctor needs to leave. The TV reality show host needs to leave. The weatherman and the... I don't
I'm
know.
just living life on the edge.
No matter how fast you run, you can't escape the pain.
Yeah.
That was a Sonic meme, I remember that.
It is a Sonic meme.
Anyways.
That's the mentality of those people. I don't know. That's just the anime itself.
No, I mean, it's interesting when we're having this conversation as anime fans. I'm just like, it's like, we have to remember too that Japanese people have their own taste and likes. Not all of them are into anime. Yeah, I mean, they like it, like, they acknowledge it, it's a medium, but, like, it's not like, don't. It's like the guy from Pikachu where he goes to Japan and he's like talks to that one girl and then he...
With people language.
Yeah, with people language, like, oh man, you don't like anime? And then the girl's like, man, you're just a freaking idiot.
Yeah.
Just go away.
Yeah,
I'll pretend to ignore you right now. That's my best option.
Yeah. No, do tell more stories. I'm listening.
I mean, like, some of the other stuff that happened, going back to Denden Town, there was we jokingly said we walked into a, it's an anime store, it's 5 or 6 stories as well, but unlike the other one where it was a category at a time, we jokingly said that the higher you go in this tower, the more honest it becomes. So it's like, oh look, there's anime and manga at the bottom, and like t-shirts and stuff, and then the next one, there's a more different genre, maybe for an older audience, like a young adult or whatever, and then you go to the next one, and it's only manga and art books, and like a few photo books of just women in various poses. It's still artsy, and then the next one is, no, you're now in the section that's not safe for work. And then I'm like, well, I'm not at the top yet. What's at the top? Are you gonna guess it's TCG again? Do you think it's gonna be Yugamons?
You just don't know.
Yeah, I know. So I climbed to the top, and it's like, oh, nope. Okay, so sexy cosplay, and like, you're in a sex shop at this point. And I'm like, okay, is this the most honest? Is this why you're here?
With your anime, you've accepted your fate.
Is this the next step after the floor prior?
You must live it now.
I guess.
I mean, it makes sense in that order.
Yeah, but like, why I found it even more disturbing, it wasn't disturbing like, I'm freaking out and my world is shook, but just, I'm not even sweating bullets, but I'm a little embarrassed that I made it up here. And so I'm walking by, and I make eye contact with just random dudes who are just perusing the aisles.
Do they look kind of like they're just like nervous about being there? Or
No, they're just wandering around like if you're at a grocery store.
Oh, I like this lingerie.
Yeah, it's just like, you know.
Okay, I mean,
No, there was a guy just holding two products. Of course, two different products. It's not like he's looking at the same DVD or anything. But he's holding it in the same fashion that you might find someone holding two different melons just because he wants to find out which one's more ripe.
I don't know how you find it. Yeah, I can see how that.
Yeah, and he just looks at one and the other, and then he puts the other one back on the shelf. And he doesn't even hide it. He just walks off to the register, and I'm like, wow, everyone's chill here. Everyone knows what's up, I guess.
That's cool.
And then I wandered my way back down to floor 3 and stared at DVD box sets.
Nice. Do you think it would fly in the United States, that type of store? Or would it have a whole entire, like, fiasco with news? We have, like, this store, like...
Well, no, I would imagine that, like, I already know these stores exist. They're, like, scattered along the roadside, usually, tucked away. They're not as loud, but the idea that I find very, very interesting is if it came to America, oh yeah, I can imagine it happening, but at the same time, I don't think the customers and the sellers would be just so matter-of-fact about it.
How so? Like, I don't know how matter-of-fact would be.
Oh yeah, I'm here, I'm just looking for this product, you know.
Just like grocery shopping?
Yeah, as opposed to the, gotta hide my identity because, like, this is kind of sketchy.
So do you think people were more...
They're more open, but at the same time, it's an enclosed setting.
Yeah, I can see how that could be. Here, they're a little bit like, oh, I don't want to be myself here.
Yeah.
I just have to pretend like I don't like this one. This? This is not for me. Put on their coat.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like, not so much that as
we're secretive here.
Yeah, where it's you said, you described it. Put it under the coat. No, these guys just like grab it and walk off to the.
I'm gonna buy this thing. This is what I came here for.
Yeah, basically. And I was just surprised.
Do you think that's actually part of culture, or do you think that's part of just rather the people that were just there that day? It was just a coincidence.
It could be both, because on one hand, yeah, the people have to act that way. It just so happened I come across them. On the other hand, I could imagine the Japanese. They pick a subject. They pick a hobby, and that hobby is what they do.
Yeah,
they live it.
They're not fazed by it. That's my life.
Yeah, so it's more of, oh yes, I come up to these sorts of stores and I buy these products. Yep, that's my thing.
You think they're just as open about it when they leave the store, or do they just turn into the I gotta hide it on the train? Like now
I think it would be I hide it on the train, but instead of so much the I'm embarrassed, it's more of just the I don't want to inconvenience someone with my thing.
Yeah, no, that's just being polite.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So, I mean,
But I mean, I think your trip was pretty cool.
Yeah, Japan sounds fun. I really can't. I really want to go. But yeah,
I mean, if we have a Those Guys tour, yeah, I don't mind checking out Japan again.
So Those Guys podcast, Japanland.
Yeah,
we
I'd
name
be
it that,
okay
sure.
with that.
The Adventures of Japanland.
What, would we have an episode every few days? Okay, so we went to this place. How was it? Oh, it kind of sucked. I got eaten by mosquitoes or something. Oh yeah, well, I forgot about that. But, dude, that fried chicken was good. A main branch somewhere, and then a bunch of various branches.
Always like that, like they have their influence kind of spread out a bit.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I found a god of fortune that, it's a fox god. It's in Kyoto. The main shrine is in Kyoto, but like in Osaka, I found a smaller shrine for the same god.
Okay.
And so the idea is that, like, oh, well, I mean, the main shrine's over there. You make your pilgrimage over to the main shrine, but at the same time, you just need to pray for your fortune. You could just go over to the smaller branch that's out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, how convenient.
Yeah, basically, that's what I found out, like, I don't know if that's exactly how it is, but that's how it felt when I visited, like, certain shrines, because after a while I noticed these statues look similar. And then, like, my guide was just like, oh yeah, no, this is just, this is a branch of a more different one.
That's cool. Well, at least, do you feel like it was kind of different going to its the main source of it, or compared to the branch?
I mean, yeah, it's,
Obviously, because it's the main original one.
The original one would be bigger and grander.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just more of like, oh yeah, no, same statues.
Just notice, like, suspicious.
I've been here before, haven't I? No, I haven't been here, but why do I recognize this place?
Do shrine gods intermix in, like, their sections, or they kind of share the same area?
I mean, they share the area because each god does a different thing. So yeah, I visited one for fortune, but you know, there could be a fertility god or something, which by the way there is, and it's a rabbit. Anyways,
Pretty accurate then.
yeah,
Oh, so we're not talking about deities, and so you went to go visit temples.
yeah,
Yeah, it was just temple to temple.
yeah. There's too
And for
many
me, it
of
was
those.
Swim to swim.
Swim to swim, temple
Eat,
to temple.
swim, eat, swim. Rest. Do it again.
Squid life.
Squid life.
So what I'm imagining is just Splatoon. So you're just
Dude, no,
are you a
in
kid
my
now?
head,
Are you squid now?
every time I saw those squid in the ocean, like, they're all synchronized and stuff, I'd be like, hello, brother, where have you been?
Oh, hello, brother. How
Like,
you been?
They just seem all, like, in unison, like, oh yeah, we're going this way now. I was like, oh, good.
Yeah, you told me it's creepy watching them move as one unit because everyone knew how to turn and when.
Yeah, that was really creepy. That was one of the cooler things to see there. We could have that eventually.
Hey guys,
Or
that
even have
Cindery
it
Cafe
after
was
the
whatever.
Because
It's
they-
happening.
Man,
Yeah.
I was expecting you to go to a Cindery Cafe because knowing your personality, I think your response would be like, "Why would I want to pay money to be treated like shit, like absolute garbage?"
I mean, like the walking around. It wasn't even Dendon Town. I was like in the outskirts, so away from Dendon Town, but close enough. There are streets, but they're about the size of an American alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just walking around, and I found one that was just labeled Maid Casino.
Oh my goodness!
And I'm just like, okay, well,
But
I'm
they don't
interested.
know how to sell.
They have anti-gambling laws.
I know, that's why I'm curious, like, what is Maid Casino? But I didn't want to go because I didn't have money at the time.
That just sounds like pachinko
That sounds.
machine.
Yeah, no, there's a whole pachinko. What's it called?
Which-
Pachinko?
Pachinko, where it's like a slot machine with steel balls.
Don't they have that like in a certain town that's just like really known for having pachinko?
Well, pachinko's everywhere, but yeah, there's
Yeah.
probably a certain particular town that specialized in pachinko. But why I found it really interesting is how they got around that that anti-gambling law was you go play pachinko, you get prizes in the form of coins. You take the coins and you leave the store. You walk maybe a block or maybe down the road or maybe in an alleyway behind the store. You just walk away, and then there's a more different store that you take. I know that buys the prize, the prize coins that you get from the pachinko machine. But why it was really weird is because I walked by one of these exchange centers.
Mm-hmm.
It was in a back alley somewhere, and I was.
But you said it was in the red. Was it in the red light district?
No, it wasn't in the red light district.
Oh man.
So it was a really nice Osaka. It was really nice. There was food. It was pleasant. But at the
That's
same
cool.
time, my guide was just like, my guide's an American, so the response was just, dude, so like this place is basically Skid Row, and all the Japanese people tell me that, well, my guide's a girl, so it's like, as a girl, I shouldn't be wandering around alone.
Mm.
And it's like, dude, I've been to LA, this place is, like, It's harmless.
This is quite nice. I don't
Yeah.
feel threatened.
like, what do you have against LA? Like, they know it's like, man, compare this to LA, man.
Yeah.
LA,
we'll let you know.
Yeah. You come by LA and see how you.
But no, I just found it really interesting. Is so going back, this particular pachinko exchange was in the Skid Row sort of area, little seedier. Point being is, go through an alleyway, end up in a park, see the sakura trees, but before you end up in the park, at the end of the alleyway, there's just a door. With, you know how, like in the stereotypic 1920s speakeasies, there's a sliding door for eyes to pop out, and then a sliding door?
You should have taken a photo of that.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to just because, there was a guy exchanging at the time.
Oh, yeah, no, that.
But why I found it
Smart.
interesting is a guy actually had a sack full of, chips. I'm gonna call them chips at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prize chips. And he puts the sack down on the little ledge that has the door on the bottom.
Oh, dang, that's good.
And the eyes open, and then close, and then the bottom door opens, an arm just grabs it, and then just, drops money, and then quickly shuts it, and I'm like, okay.
That sounds very, very shady.
That's interesting.
I thought that was kind of cool, but yeah.
You know, good thing you didn't take a photo of that. You'd be like, hey, what are you doing over there? Come back here.
Yeah, it would have been like Yakuza, where it's like he comes up to you, he's like, I want all your money, punk, and then you end up having people crowd around you.
What that would sound like is, I want all your money, punk, in Japanese, and I'd be like, what?
Orewa! No, it's because, like, I know, being the weeb I am, you know, the Yakuza games, that's the only thing I have that helps me be a
That
Japan.
grounds your reality.
Well,
I want you to know,
Japan
in
simulator.
in the red light district area of Osaka, red light with air quotes, because I didn't see anything, but point being is, in the red light district, there was a giant sign promoting, what was the latest Yakuza?
Yakuza 6. I think Yakuza 6.
Yeah, there was a giant billboard for Yakuza 6, and then, like, if you went further down, there was, like, a 99-cent store, essentially, not Daiso, but it's just this...
Is it the, oh gosh, what do they call that store in,
I'm curious to hear what you're going to say.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna butcher it. I think it starts with a K.
No.
No.
It's Don Quixote's.
Don Quixote. Yeah, that's what it is.
What?
Yeah, there's an actual it's not a thrift store, but there's an actual dollar store called Don Quixote's.
Yeah, Don Quixote.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry.
Nice.
I was about
Their
to...
mascot looks like King DDD, and it was like a 5-story building, and I was really mad because. So you guys have been to Expo. Do you remember how crowded the dealer's room is?
Oh,
I mean, elbow room did not exist, and not even
I
personal
love how
space.
people like to be in crowds.
Imagine doing that. Except now there's 5 stories that you have to fight your way up.
So it's like you need to have the badges to fight me or something. I don't know. I mean, sounds interesting.
I actually elbowed my way through.
So imagine what you're doing. You're just walking like.
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
That's
Don
cool.
Quixote. Anything else? I mean, that taxi show was hilarious.
Yeah, no, that was like
60? No.
uh,
I can't
let me
believe
guess,
it,
it's 3,000.
yeah, I wish.
Yes.
Well,
Oh man, how much are we in?
we're about like 50 minutes in.
Want to take a break?
48. I think we can take a quick break.
Take a break? Sure.
We'll come back in a moment, guys.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
We're finally back from break. That
I
was
missed you guys
that was
so
long.
much.
You practiced that line so well. Good job, John.
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
You got
He
this.
stood in front of a mirror, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, no, it's because, like, I remember when we were on our Discord, which, you know, I don't know if we'll promote it yet because it's still under construction, air quotes. So when I was talking to you guys, when you guys finally popped on the Discord, I was like, I miss you guys so
Oh,
much.
after we came back from our trips, like after spring break.
Yeah, after spring break, because I was currently on spring break.
By
And while
yourself.
they were gone, while Donnie K went to the main Holy Land, I went to the little Holy Land, aka Little Tokyo in LA.
Pretty dang good.
It was good. Only
Cool
issue
looking.
is that the traffic got really bad because at that protest it was the
Oh, okay.
The
Because I was
March
gonna
for
say
Our
you're
Lives.
dumb. Take the train.
No, I mean we got there just in time, but we didn't realize that the March for Our Lives thing was there, and I was just like, I mean, we were just,
Guys, I just want to go buy
I just
anime.
want to go buy anime. Like me, Huey, like I was hanging out with Huey, Dewey, in the basement dwellers, and gosh, Huey's such a freaking idiot sometimes. Like this fool wants to play Pumping Up the Kicks in front of like these people who are just protesting their rights that they don't want to be shut up anymore, and I'm like, dude, don't do that
It's
because
the
like
wrong place to do
they're at
this.
the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay, so as the square I am, tell me what is this thing he wants to play? What is this?
Foster up the kids, all the other kids with the pump.
That's just insensitive, bro.
Yeah, I know.
In my opinion.
Dude, it was so insensitive. I mean, I hated it because that song is so catchy. It gets stuck in your head.
I mean, I commend him for real life trolling, but on the other hand,
no, but see,
That's
while
just
he
being-
was playing the song, like the baffling idiot, a homeless guy wearing a March for Our Lives shirt, which, by the way, you don't want to be messing with some of those people there. Is walking by us and like, dude, are you really going to play that? He's going to go off. You know what I mean?
He's just trying to poke the bear.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that yes, if you feel like your rights are violated, yes, protest your rights. Tell the government that what you do is a great injustice.
First Amendment, whatever.
Yeah, First Amendment, freedom
Do
of
your
speech.
thing.
Yeah, do your thing. On the other hand, I am not a big fan of hypocrisy because as I was hanging out in the Anime Jungle store, those same kids were protesting about how Gundams and anime causes violence and that this should not be in here, or we should control.
This is stretching the cause to something that has nothing to do with the actual cause itself.
Exactly.
So, I mean, yes, you could protest anything you like, but if you start to inconvenience people in like the most mediocre things, like the guns in the Gundams, oh my god, you don't put those there because you're making children
It
think
uses
that guns
beam weapons. Ban beam weapons.
I mean, I once got stopped at an airport as a kid because I had a
Yeah.
little foam gun thing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Nerf gun.
No, that's not even that cool. I wasn't that cool. That's expensive.
It's Nerf or
No.
nothing.
I know, I had nothing. These are like some 99-cent store disc gun
Oh,
thing. And the guy stopped us and like, yeah, we're gonna have to confiscate that. And I'm like, my mom's like, what? I mean, people, that's the thing. Like,
It's such a scare. It's getting to the point where it's ridiculous. And I mean, on those guys' podcasts, we don't talk political. I'm just talking out of experience.
just out of this.
Out of
situ-
the-
Yeah, this is a fun story that you're...
Yeah, this is out of experience.
I'm putting into context for the
Yeah, I'm just
viewers.
putting the context, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, we're a
Make a
political
statement
show. Yeah.
here. We're just trying to
Just
Yeah,
a
set
disclaimer,
the
guys.
scenario
Yeah.
that he was in.
Yeah, I was just
Setting.
dude, like even my friend was like, well, even when the basement dollars was like, look, I'm here for my Mongolian slideshows, like and just trying to buy my idols for my favorite Mongolian slideshows. Can you like stop messing with me, and my Chinese cartoons, please? You know what I mean? One kid tried to apparently scare me, but then like I looked at him, he went boo, and I'm like looking at him like, and then just walked. And it's
That's okay.
no, it was
Oh, no, not
weird
okay.
because like I think because
That's the
one
right
of my
response, that's
friends
what I'm
from
saying.
Anime Club, we're gonna call her Jingle. She was working the she got a job at Anime Jungle. By the way, go to it if you're a big anime fan. Anime up the wazoo, it's great.
It's not
Oh,
crowded
yeah,
with
that reminds me.
protesters all the time.
Denden Town had an anime jungle, so I saw another branch.
Oh,
That's cool.
probably that's where it originated from, and I guess it just
I know
Spread
there's like
itself.
two, so there's one in Osaka, and I don't know where the other one is. Probably going to be in Tokyo.
yeah, Akiba, probably that.
Yeah, but anyways, so
Yeah, so I was with Jingle, and then I saw my waifu Galko in all her Norse fashion.
Was it
And-
pink Or black?
It was the pink one.
Oh, the black one was better.
I mean, I don't care for either. It's just I don't have money for it.
That's a lie.
I don't have money. I'd like to graduate and have a home. Thank you, good sir. I don't think I want to spend it on my Mongolian plastic, please. Thank you. No, but like as soon as I turned the eye, the kid was like, "Boo!" I'm like, I wasn't even scared.
Was he just trying to get you to leave?
Yeah. Well, no. I guess he was just. I think I was annoying. I don't know. I'm not looking into it that much. I just remember every time I kept passing the kid, he just awkwardly would just walk by, just not even know that I'm there, because it's like. Again, it was just the wrong place at the wrong time to have a little Tokyo trip because, oh boy.
Was it just more crowded than usual?
Yeah, 10 times more crowd because you got the protesters like coming in and out. You know, they're all packing in. They're all packing in to eat. I mean, at least we were smart. The basement dwellers were smart. It's like, okay, let's eat before the protesters.
Did you form a phalanx?
What's that?
You gotta explain that to the viewers.
Oh, okay, cool. So phalanx is an actual maneuver that Greeks would do back in antiquity where they would overlap shields to make a dome.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about Sparta 300 thing.
Well, yeah, that's like a ridiculous example of a phalanx, because really they don't make a full-on dome. They just make a wall with with overlapping shields.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so did you make a phalanx for lunch?
Kind of, because we went to the curry house. Because like what happened was, we went to my favorite spot, which is the Sakura Noodle, because you get the cheapest ramen there. Really good place for your buck. You know, if you want to budget, especially
and
if you're
you can go get a soda or something from the store.
Yeah, you save a lot of money by going to that. But then immediately after 2-3 hours, we're like, okay, we're gonna go eat lunch. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's 12 already. We're gonna go eat lunch. Here we're at the curry house now, eating curry. And then like for a while we were exploring. And all of Anime Club shows up. Fullerton was cool. We took a picture. I think Fullerton gifted us with like 6 Snake Ninjoids, which is cool.
Cool.
I was about to walk away with it and sell it on the black market, but of course,
someone saw you.
Oh, the Anime Club president, as usual. Like,
he's got to keep order.
Keeping order, even on the same age as him. Like, come on. Yeah, I mean, but
let me get away with this. No one will know. No one will care.
Yeah, exactly.
This is plastic.
Either way, it was again, it was an interesting experience. But all I know is that Anime Club people can't plan because there was literally downtime in between trying to like wait, and some of the basement dwellers, we're gonna call him Mark. So me and Mark, because I was the one that hung out with me the most. So we went to the Mr. Ramen.
Yeah.
Only because I told him, you guys are dumb for trying to go to this takoyaki place that you have to have an entire line con for. I was so, like, hungry. I was like, look, guys, you guys are dumb. We're waiting around.
So you didn't even go to the curry house?
No, I went to the takoyaki
Was it
place.
Good?
I mean, it looked good. I just thought, dude, am I going to be paying this much for octopus balls? I went...
You can have ramen.
Go to my usual haunt.
Yeah, exactly. Like let me get the usual. When I go to Little Tokyo, I'm sorry. 3 things I want to make sure I leave with: ramen, curry, and takoyaki at least. I had all 3 of those. I mean, especially the first 2, curry and ramen. That's the only 2 things: either lunch or dinner, or dinner and lunch. Need to have those
both of those at Mr. Ramen.
Yeah, well, you can, but
It's closer to Little Tokyo, probably, right?
Yeah. Oh, huh?
Mr. Ramen's like right across the street.
Yeah, it's just right across the street. So we went over there.
But takoyaki's like further away.
No, takoyaki's in that general area, but you have to be in a line for it, and I was
You weren't ready for a line. You already did a line at the Anime Jungle.
Yeah, Anime Jungle. You know, again, very crazy place. I bought a Rico keychain from there. It was cool. Bought some Fire Emblem Cypher cards. That was cool. Didn't get Lin once again because Nintendo hates me.
Nintendo doesn't let you have fun.
Yeah, Nintendo doesn't let me
Unless
have fun.
you buy Nintendo Labo.
Oh, goodness.
No, we're not going there.
Let's not go in that argument. But anyways, Little Tokyo was fun with the basement dwellers. They're a bunch of rowdy people. I mean, not really rowdy, but, you know, they're...
A rambunctious group of scallywags.
Yeah, rambunctious. That's a good thing, because we were hanging out with the base. I hung out with the basement dwellers again on Tuesday to go to Raising Cane's once again. And we went to round 1. I mean, it wasn't that interesting, but, like, all I know is that I had to leave early because they went over to, Dewey's house to go play games, but I had to go home because I'm like, I need to catch up on homework.
We're being responsible
Yeah, but
adults.
my entire spring break was just missing these two a lot. Like, well, I miss hanging out with cool people.
I remember we had like a short conversation at one point where, wait, did you guys even contact me? I just remember there was a point where I talked with both of you on Discord at like certain points on my Japan trip.
I mean, we texted each
I
other,
didn't
but
call
we didn't.
anyone during my trip.
Yeah.
I think it was afterwards. We
No,
kinda
not
reconvened.
a voice call, just more of like I messaged it and I got
Yeah,
messages
maybe.
back.
Maybe through an Instagram thing I had, you maybe posted something, or I posted something, you commented or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But I don't remember, like, going into detail about anything. Yeah.
Yeah, just because East was the most active, like I could say something and then like between 5 and 30 minutes I'll get a response.
Mm.
Most of it was, what did I say? No, most of it was just pictures of things, like, I'm in a bookstore, haha, I can't read.
I was kind of jealous that you had, like, enough Wi-Fi to do anything. We had to kind of struggle. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot to even mention one more thing about my, I'll be quick about it.
No, don't worry.
So essentially, like, we also had, like, a bunch of high schoolers from, like, somewhere around our area come down to Belize.
Did they eat up all the internet?
Yeah, they did! He's like, yo, could you just, like, hop off the internet for a second? I need to keep up my Snapchat streak.
What?
Yeah, I was like, dude, there's people here that want to talk to their, like, husbands, and they want to talk to their, like, you know...
Loved ones.
And see... And I'm thinking in my head, you really should call your mother and tell her you miss her.
Yeah, well, I didn't have to suffer that, but that's because not only... Well, okay, so Japan doesn't have free Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
So the way that I would
Not
get
even
around...
Starbucks?
What?
Not even, like, Starbucks type places?
Oh.
Whoa.
So, I mean, the way you get around is by your, by whatever your internet provider is for your phone, but for me, I was a smart person and got myself a portable Wi-Fi box for $90 for 2 weeks.
That's good. I mean, that'll work for you.
So that's kind of what drained my batteries as well, is that I'm constantly on Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, no, that was one of those nights where we had, like, all the Wi-Fi to ourselves. We were the only ones there until these, like, brats showed up, and then they kind of, like, kicked us out of, like, the dining hall. It took all the internet. I totally forgot about this, but
What are these kids doing?
Nothing.
Are they also divers?
No, they're just doing random snorkeling stuff in, like, the bay or whatever. Just really minimal stuff, like a...
Were they Americans?
Yeah, they were.
Cool.
Yeah, they wouldn't say stuff like that if they weren't American.
Freedoms and stuff.
Yeah, no, these kids were like, oh, these are high school kids, like, they don't know any better. And, like, they're, like, more rambunctious than us. Like, the first night we were just kind of, like, always awake and stuff. But these kids were like, whoa, you have energy, man. Calm down.
Well, okay, so, like, your time difference was very slight.
No, it's like an hour.
Just an hour?
Yeah, we leap ahead an hour, or no.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, we leap ahead an hour, so... no, there's no real difference. I did freak out when I showed up, though. Like, when I showed up, I kind of went to, like, an existential shock of, like, where I was, and, like, I felt too stressed out by, I don't know, everything.
Wait, you got a culture shock?
No. I mean, the place is, like, normal as anything, but, like, I was just having just, like, a kind of existential, like, panic about, like, just being there or whatever.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
It's a personal thing, but, like, the thing is, I needed to, like, sleep. The problem was I was awake since 11 I was awake since 2 in the afternoon prior, and I only showed up to the island at 2 and fell asleep for the first time at, like, 6 or 7. So I was awake for 29 hours. 29 hours, and I didn't get to fall asleep on the plane, or the boat ride, or anything. Everyone was like, why did you sleep on the plane? I'm like, if I wanted to, I would have, damn it.
Okay, because I had the complete opposite, where, no, I showed up with an ear-to-ear grin because everything was new, and I stared at locals and out windows.
No, I mean, this was just me because I didn't have enough sleep.
No, and then, like, it scared one of my party members, where, So I don't know. I don't know about these things. It's just I sleep and I wake up. I don't even think about it. And then, according to him watching me, apparently it's almost like I dropped on command. Like, well, I'm gonna sleep now, and then just drop.
I wish I could have. I was just too freaked out about stuff. But then I figured out I had to ground myself, because that's what happens with panic attack people. Where, like, everything's just too much.
No, I get it,
So
but at the same time,
I focus. I'm like, I'm having a good time. I'm on an island, away from everything. Just relax. And I eventually did, and I fell asleep.
I mostly just don't understand the source of the anxiety, but yeah.
That's just me.
Oh, okay.
But essentially, once I finally fell asleep, I'm like, thank God I could finally fall asleep. I had because it was 29 hours of complete straight being awake throughout a trip to the airport, on the plane, on the little plane for like another 40 minutes, and then on a boat ride for another hour. And then we went out to go for our first snorkel orientation, and then out there and then back in. So I was exhausted and I couldn't fall asleep.
Oh.
So then there's the cause. But this is just for future listeners. Make sure you go to sleep on a plane. Or get good sleep before you show up or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
That was my fault.
I just watched movies and fell asleep. I got to see Jumanji on the way back.
Must have been really great. I bet.
My neck hurt when I woke up, but whatever.
It's cool. Like I eventually settled down afterwards, and I really enjoyed my trip. So I'll wrap that up.
So yeah, about Issa's journey, it sounds interesting. Like man, he didn't actually say.
He didn't do very much. He was just
no,
around.
not that. It's like, so I want to know if Huey got into a fight.
Yeah, no, that'd be really interesting to see what happened. I mean, after I got back, there's some cool stuff that got to do. We could talk about that later.
I mean, yeah, you said something about replacing an engine?
No, I'm not that skilled. I was replacing a radiator.
Radiator?
A radiator, yeah.
Okay, so, like, what is the car and why?
Okay, so my friend has a Mitsubishi VR4 3000 GT, which essentially is from, like, 1994. And he wanted to switch out the radiator so it could do better cooling. Because he wants to eventually start racing one day. And
okay, racing.
So basically, I was able to help him put in a radiator that was much bigger for cooling purposes.
Oh, it's a customization, not like a fix-up.
Yeah, it was a customization. So the radiator it had before, I had to unbolt a lot of hoses and a lot of bolts and stuff. And it came out with ease, and the fans on top of it also came out real good. But trying to jam in something twice the size into a hole that's meant for something smaller was kind of pushing it. And ended up, like, trying to, like, bend some hoses so that it would fit. And it was just, like, barely sitting in there. And it eventually worked because we got all the hoses connected back in. But it just doesn't have the right custom brackets to sit on top to secure it.
I'm just remembering that scene from Red Line where it's just like, you're going to put that in a car? A man's gotta drive that!
Yes.
So was it the animation so stretched out when he was, like, driving the car? It's just like, vroom, and he got...
Yeah, I mean, the car is really... It's a Japanese domestic model.
Oh, okay.
So all the engineering is really small and meant
it's
for
compact.
small hands.
Yeah.
So I tried fitting my hand in and I almost got it stuck. I was like, oh, hang on. I need to get this hand, like, removed from your car.
Before you start the thing.
Yeah, I was like, because you had to reach in and try putting two, like, wires together called pigtails, which is kind of plug and play.
Oh, plug and play.
For the car, basically. It's the simplest thing. But you have to kind of not look at it and put your hand into the front of the radiator or behind it.
Yeah.
To put them together, and there's like 4 of them. Like, which ones go to what for the fans?
Oh
to work.
Man, this takes me back to when you have to plug in the red, white, and yellow and behind your CRT television.
Yeah,
oh,
that's awesome.
Man.
That brings me back.
No, it does.
Okay,
dude.
did I plug it in right? No, I don't. There's no visuals.
Especially
Hang on,
since
unplug
the
everything.
TV doesn't move.
Yeah.
You have to be like by feel and by like trust and belief.
Those were simpler times, my friends.
Yeah.
So putting in that in, it eventually worked. So
Yeah.
it took not only one bottle of radiator or like radiator fluid,
Yeah, coolant.
coolant. It took 2 dang gallons of coolant.
Oh, 2 gallons?
Chugged just like glug, glug,
I was
glug.
wondering, like,
You're
is that a lot?
thirsty, radiator. Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh crud, this could be a leak here, and it's just like glug 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 glug. I'm like, oh.
Was it the Kobayashi? A droop, a droop, a droop.
Yeah.
It's Kobayashi poured the sake into it. It's like a droop, a droop. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, by the way, you never finished your story.
Yeah,
so,
continue,
like,
please.
Oh, I'm sorry, viewer listeners. I was big old just hopping in and out. You know what I mean? But away. I must go. East is very busy apparently, but hey, no, I'm back now and I'm cool. So so yeah, Huey, being his, military love himself, just is like, he didn't get no fights, but he ain't nothing. But like, he talks like a crap, but at the end of the day, though, it's not like when he's in the moment of it, he's just like a quiet Asian kid. You know what I mean? I mean, like I said, Little Tokyo was fun. A lot of what basically I was expecting I'd get in Japan was technically there, like the cipher cards and stuff. And then
Did you get any cool cards though? Like, actually, kind
I
of
got
curious.
Florina, which is in Lynn's game, and she's the Pegasus Knight that's afraid of men.
You got anything better?
No, I didn't get. I mean,
not dissing any Florina fans out there.
No, dude. That's probably a small number next to the Camilla fans. He stares at them angrily, like
they got their fists in the air. Like, what'd you say, bro?
No, I don't like. I mean,
okay.
Camilla's.
Need to take a deep breath.
We can like Camilla just to a certain moderation when we're not infatuated.
No, Nintendo like shoving Camilla in your face because she was popular, but not surprise, Lynn is the most popular, and she does deserve it because she's a better female character than any other character in Fire Emblem. I'm calling it. Forget you all who like those other trash waifus in Fire Emblem. Fight me. Come to my house and fight me. I'm gonna Iron Man 3 this. I will share my address. It is the Domino's Pizza next door. Go fight me at there. Meet me at that Domino's at 12 o'clock.
I just want Domino's now.
With our 1 subscriber, they're gonna go look for, like, the nearest Domino's.
Their local Domino's? No.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I will appear to tell you that your wife is trash. And if you say otherwise, I'll be wearing a Lynn shirt, Lynn pants, have like a sword katana, and I'm just gonna say Bay of Secret, hey, give me strength. And I will shoot wind swords out of my hands to make sure you know that
That's
Lynn
a tall
is
order,
physical.
man. Can you promise that for that one kid that wants a fight?
I mean,
will you bring the fight, East?
Oh, I will bring
East,
the
I
fight.
want you to draw this, and then I'm gonna put this in the video.
This is it. Well, we were gone. In our places, East was ready to fight anybody for Lynn.
Yeah, no, that's literally what it is. And, like I said, I was seriously missing you guys. Like, oh, goodness. It's just...
I didn't miss you at all. It's fine.
Oh, I see.
I'm just being mean.
I mean, it was like, spring break wasn't like, it was like one of those things where it's like, you're trying to relax, but it's like you have work around the corner to do. So it's like, I literally was just a vegetable the entire spring break, though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I made sure to catch up on my sleep. And, let's see, what else did I do? Oh, but speaking of which, back to the Basement Dwellers. So, yeah, last night I was hanging out with the anime club people, and you guys were doing your own thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I went home.
Oh, man. Well, other than explain to them about, the typical, my two drug dealer daters, which, listeners, I will tell you more about that in another episode. If you want dating advice, but we were talking about that, laughing, having a good time. We were at this place called Hiccups, which is a nice fusion Thai restaurant. It's Vietnamese.
I don't know. They have
Asian.
boba.
It looks Thai to me, but
Yeah.
They got boba. They got pad thai. They got like some sort of chicken dish.
Yeah, it's
good.
It's
I like
good.
It.
Yeah, Hiccups is alright.
Yeah, continue.
But Okay, so I was with the basement dwellers. Well, actually, some of the basement dwellers cut out because I guess some of them went to round one. I was with I know there's Jingle and Jangle.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean Jingle, Jangle,
Huey Dewey.
Anime Club president and his cabinet, and all those other weirdos. We were just talking.
The usual crew.
Yeah, usually the usual crew that go to the after
crowd.
hangouts. And as soon as like most of us split, I was with Huey and Dewey. We were hanging out near my white truck, and you know how when you're done eating, you walk to your car, and sometimes the conversation
hang around
continues.
for a bit.
Yeah. Apparently, 2 police cars, because mind you, this place is near a police station. They start like going out to go get some. And we're like, oh, someone got caught. I guess you know what I mean.
It's always a show.
Yeah, it's always a show, but like it wasn't like I expected. Like, oh, it's probably either a stolen vehicle, which usually 2 squad cop cars would go up to. They wouldn't like.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, that's when I mean usually that's the pair.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're hanging out. Cop car comes back. One of the cop cars literally almost hits my truck again. Like he
just got it.
Yeah, he drifts into it, but he was this close to hitting my truck. Like again, and then he pops out the car. I think it's like a Filipino guy and a white guy.
Okay.
And he's like, "Hey, are you guys causing a scare?"
That's what you first say?
No, that's what he said. That's the first thing he said. Like, "Hey, are you guys causing a scare?" Because I think...
Wait, you are or are you?
Yeah, no. What was it?
Are you causing a scare?
Well, yeah, basically, yeah, are you? I mean, he could have said, you guys are causing a scare.
Yeah.
Because we were having a good time, but, Hiccups stays open till 11, so people in the neighborhood should know. It looks like they were looking for someone. Not so much we were causing a scene.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have 2 cop cars come up to you saying, you guys are being too loud.
We got nothing better to do. Oh, look, there are guys just loitering. Hang on.
Yeah, I know, so... No, but one of them almost hit my car, and if he did, I would have been really upset, angry about it. You know what I mean?
He did not pass that.
Mind you, the Filipino cop told me almost hit my car. I know, go figure, right? So, anyways, so he comes out, and after he asks that, I tell Huey and Dewey, okay, you guys go ahead and tell me when you guys are done. I'm calling for backup or something. I'm kind of calling my backup, which I have a contact that also works in that field.
Yeah.
Anyways,
hear about their what you should do.
Yeah, but apparently a Filipino cop, I think his white partner goes up to Huey's car and searches it because apparently I guess that's the car they're looking for. Because it's like a white vehicle.
Matches their
description, right?
Yeah.
After he told me that, I guess I was free to go because they weren't paying no mind to me. So I basically was tiptoeing into my car.
Yeah.
Going in the car, kind of still around a little bit, making sure they weren't gonna hold me in contempt. They carded Huey because they're like, they're like, hey, so let me see your ID. Pulls out his ID, because I guess he looks suspicious. I don't know, typical Asian guy in the parking lot. Yes, he has katana swords. Be careful with him, right? And so he's in there. He's just standing there, gives him his ID, and all of a sudden, finally, I didn't realize this, but the perpetrator was in the same parking lot we were in.
Oh.
And had the exact same car as Huey. Literally the exact identical model. It was a Toyota Corolla that was white. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the cop was like, oh, there's our vehicle. We need to go. Because they really realized we're wasting our time trying to,
card you guys are great cops.
Three college students. One of these fools hits my car. Absolute state of Long Beach PD. Just, oh my goodness. It's not, I respect police for what they do in their jobs. Certain ones, that mentality, cannot stand. So, but like I said, if this was like a GTA, it would have been like a couple cop cars, maybe 3 or 4. There was a swarm of them in the parking lot, basically surrounding this guy, making sure that he might come out and transform into that monster, the monster from the end of Akira. Spoilers for Akira. Yeah, I mean, just coming out as if he was about to become the Incredible Hulk and start flying around cop cars. It'll be the Avengers, but no, just 4 dudes. Apparently, I found out when I got home it was an assault. So someone probably beat someone in a house, and then
Yeah.
4 guys ran into a stolen vehicle and ran off. So you just had a line of cop cars just around the thing, and then my only response was just, okay.
Close call.
Well, I mean, thank God I got home safe. But
I mean, that would have cost more money, but in a situation like that, it's just, come on, guys, let's go back to Hiccups.
no, but Hiccups was closed. 'Cause
Oh.
they closed at 11, and I'm like wondering why Anime Club chose that spot. Because I'm like, you guys should have known if it closed that you're not gonna get for now because there's a line out the wazoo, and they're only doing to go food, you know.
Yeah, no, that's when you go to places like In-N-Out.
Yeah, In-N-Out was right next door, but none of them wanted to go to In-N-Out. But
They
I
gotta
just wanted to
change
get
it up.
out of that location because, man, the cops were swarming that place, and I was driving, and more cops just kept coming. Like, as I was driving, even when I was on the freeway, I'm like, dang, is it that serious to where the entire Long Beach Police Department needs more backup? Like, oh my goodness, it was nuts. I'm just gonna say, last night was nuts. I mean, just being a bro for Huey, because, you know, he was there and kind of, but like,
Wrongly accused of something weird.
just like for having a
Mix up.
the same coincidental car as the perpetrator's car, and they thought he stole the car. I'm like, yes, the kid with the anime stickers is the perpetrator.
He
Go after
slapped
him.
those on him as he stole it.
Yeah,
It's like, this is mine now.
it's my car. Either ways, that's
That's
the
a crazy story.
that's the
bro.
crazy cop story that happened to me last night. At the time of this recording, it was last night, but. Oh, just keep in mind, folks. If you're gonna stay out all night or whatever, and then you see some cops roll by, just get the heck out of there. Just don't.
Just switch location.
So long as you don't look suspicious, I
Who
guess.
doesn't look suspicious?
No, I'm saying if you go, oh no, police, and then you just quickly
Well,
jump in your car and
I mean,
book it.
it's funny because I think I was wearing my black hood, and I was in, like, mind you, I'm half black. So yes, a half black man, an Asian kid, and a Jewish kid are in there. Yes, they're causing a suspicion scene. Let's go up and see if they're doing anything dumb. Yeah, I mean, but I felt bad for Dewey though, because his car was right next to the perpetrator's car.
Oh,
So he would have gotten surrounded too for no reason, and he's like, "I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to go
can I
home."
please just go home?
Mind you, he's a new driver, so
Oh.
it's even worse.
Oh yeah, no, he
Fun
got around my
experience.
bus for the entire time I've known him.
Yeah, now he's a new driver, so.
Oh, that's cool.
No, yeah, that was my crazy stories. I mean, I don't have nothing else to mention, but
And you said you're going to be boring. You had fun stories.
Yeah, you did.
yeah, but I don't know. I just miss the company of you guys. That's what it is. It's not even the fact that crazy stories are not crazy stories. I miss the company of being around you guys and being like
Just talking.
talking about animus and doing those guys, and it's always fun, you know.
Yeah.
But hey.
Agreed.
But I'm really glad about your trips from Belize and Japan. Hopefully, this year or maybe the next 2 years, I'll have my own overseas trip somewhere. As Donnie K slowly puts his we must all be tired right now. Oh man, you guys had fun. So hey, anything else you guys want to talk about on those guys or what?
I mean, hang on, before we even start, time check.
Oh, we are at an hour and 24 minutes.
Shoot, okay, we got another 5 minutes if we want to go for that hour and a half that we normally do.
Yeah, we could keep moving.
Lightning
along.
round. Oh
We
my
could
God.
either choose one more story, or we could just dive into what we've. No, I don't know. I don't know. What you guys
Do
decide.
you want to show off our weed power level or no?
I mean, it's at the end of the show.
Oh, I got to explain anime.
DK says, "Oh, I don't know."
I got
I
to
mean-
explain anime to a group of my artist people.
Oh yeah, okay, so
Yeah, no, this is much better. Let's talk
like
about
explain
Modern Art.
anime
Hold on.
to
Suffering.
After I stay on the floor, just trying to stretch out my stomach. Oh my god, what's it? 82
Did-
much? Oh, God.
Did the ramen really destroy you?
I don't know what destroyed me, but Jesus.
It's not.
Oh.
It's not a visit to Donnie K's house until Isalang is on the floor for some reason.
Oh god.
Remember the last time we
He was
were recording
laughing-
here and he was on the ground?
Isalon was just cracking up and not even able to breathe.
Family.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh.
Yeah, we could talk about that. How he has what modern art is and what.
No, let's not go to that
You
topic.
want to suffer now?
No,
Don't suffer while you suffer.
Oh no, we're
Let's
suffering.
multiply some suffering.
What is this, ReZero? What are you talking about? Oh my god. God. Hold on, let me lay on my stomach. Oh,
Your
God.
sin is sloth.
Oh, what?
Your sin is sloth.
Still on that ReZero thing. Your sin is sloth.
Oh my gosh, what am I, the White Witch of the West? Oh
Sure.
god. Okay, hold on, I think my stomach's feeling better. Oh, okay, so I got to explain my weed power level. It was great in class. And then the first question was like, after I explained who Hirohiko Araki, aka the manga author of JoJo, the first question that one person asked is, "What's manga?" And I'm like, oh.
You're 20-something and never heard of a manga? Get outside.
Learn. I bet that she was like in her late 20s, early 30s. Probably.
She should know better.
Well, I don't think she grew up on it. I mean, most of the people in there are mostly there for contemporaries or sculptures or installations. But again, I'll say the modern art.
Ace, I just realized for your sculpting final,
No.
I want you to incorporate a disco ball somewhere in it.
Oh my god! You shut your mouth. I don't want.
Just dangling overhead.
I don't.
No. You remember
Underhead,
that,
I don't know.
the sculpting thing that I showed you where someone made tiny anime figurines and used tinfoil to to make a skeleton? Yeah, I want you to do that with a disco ball somewhere in the sculpture.
Oh my god. Oh.
It's just lodged in there.
Yeah.
Oh gee, oh god. Okay, I'm feeling better.
It has funk in its soul. Yeah, put it in the chest.
Funky. Yeah.
So what is it like? Gosh, what's that one anime where like some sword comes out of some girl's chest? I forgot. That's Daylight.
Utna.
Huh?
It's Utna.
Oh, that's Utna?
Revolutionary Girl Utna, yeah, where someone pulls a sword out of another person's chest.
Oh, that's Utna? I didn't know. I thought that was a.
I haven't heard that name in such a long time. I just remember seeing it. That's.
Oh gosh,
not
that
even.
was Daylight.
Wow, those are good days.
Simpler times call for simpler minds.
Simpler times.
Simpler.
Much
times.
like art in the old world. And now. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh man.
Where are we going with this?
I mean, I guess I was trying to.
I don't know. I just wanted to keep on talking about art, but yeah,
No.
disco ball. You know what would be better is instead of funk in the soul,
Yeah.
just simply use the disco ball to make a shiny fro on your subject.
So what I'm imagining is I just take the opening I just listen to the opening of Yudu Camp and just be singing Shiny Days.
I mean, yeah, if you want to hollow out that chest, go put in, like, some speakers.
Oh my
It'll be multimedia.
Let's not talk about modern art. I just want to graduate already. It's already over there.
Oh, that's true. We can talk about graduation. We're almost out.
We're about to be adults now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, like we weren't before.
I mean, we are, but like we were still in a superficial, artificial what is it called?
You were in high school 2.0.
We were in VR the whole time. Now we're ready for the real world.
We were in a simulation of real life where everybody's happy and smiling.
4 to 5 years. Welcome to the longest prologue.
Oh, good.
I just earned a piece of paper for 5 years of waiting.
And it only cost me about $3,000 a semester. Yeah, if I were told out, what, 3,000?
Hang on, so $6,000 times 5, that's going to be 30 grand.
Yeah, that piece of paper
3
cost me
years?
30 grand.
No, I'm saying if it was a 5-year wait.
No, that'd be hilarious though. If someone accidentally ripped their diploma when they got it in the mail. I heard graduation is gonna suck because they actually have to cut budget cuts down for graduation.
Damn, we don't have anything left for us.
No, it's because they have all that construction going on, so...
We don't get to use it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can. We're really been alums now, so we can just go... I mean, I know one guy that just goes by his school library just to read it and go home.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, like I know
Sounds
one
like
guy
a
that
good
does
use
that.
of his library. I kind of want to keep like access to my databases for papers and stuff. It's the easiest way to get some information.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I mean, it's
Hey,
gonna be
East, are you
interesting.
still dying?
No, I'm better now.
Are you in the suffering stage?
No,
of dying?
no, I'm fine.
Repent.
Jeez, gosh. No, what is it? It's graduating is gonna be interesting. Being an alum is interesting. I'm gonna be going into something completely different from my major. I won't say it because confidential reasons, but you need to make the money. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, some people just never end up in what they've been spending their 5 years in majoring. They end up doing something different, and it might be your calling.
It's fine.
That's fine. We're all trying to figure things out as we go.
Like, I'm gonna be just doing my art on the side, and not for just those guys, or just for other passion projects, because the landscape of art these days is either you draw Steven Universe fan art, or
you
get paid, or you put or you wear a chastity belt with a metal rod sticking out and just start banging on a metal pipe.
I forgot about that GIF.
Yeah, no, that was actually at a modern art exhibition, mind you. We
That's
will not.
weird.
Again, we are foreshadowing whatever episode we talk about that about.
Hey,
that
you
subject.
brought up modern art.
I'm not bringing it up anymore. I'm just I'm just foreshadowing it. But all I know is that I see Shreddie Eddie over there, just like
I don't know.
I don't want to edit this.
I don't know how to input for modern art.
Just know one thing, okay? We threw out anything that meant the Renaissance period a long time ago. The Renaissance have died in the 1960s.
They really took that avant-garde attempt for new things during the 60s.
We buried the standards.
And then they lost the meaning. They're just doing anything now. Anything is art.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the point.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, moving forward, since we're talking about, I guess, graduation, if I want to jump back into that. Plans for the summer, since summer is coming.
Expo.
Oh, I've got to save my monies. I might not even go.
I
know I'm going to spend $100 shamelessly, and I don't think I really want to do that.
See, it's funny because apparently the Love Live has its own they actually have their own concert at Japan Kawaii Live. And I mean, I asked them if I needed a ticket, and they said, "Yeah, I think you have to get a pre-show night ticket to go." I don't know if I'll get it. Maybe not. Most likely not, because my con experience is just, am I gonna be tabling here? No. Okay, I'm not going. I'm just waiting to get a table at this point.
I think I almost got burned out on AX.
Yeah,
I think I got burned out from last year.
Listen, I have 16 pamphlets. I need 20.
Wait, what do you mean?
I've been keeping the programs from every
You've gone
time
to
I visit.
16?
Yeah, I have 16 of them.
Oh, so you gotta go to what? 4 more
So
AXs?
If I want a solid number.
And then what? You're gonna cut it off right there? You're just gonna keep going until you eventually
AX
die.
gives up or LA burns down.
Until the end of days.
When LA burns down to the ground, I can just imagine you keep doing the Mad Max Apocalypse. It's just like when's
Man, COD is great, but now I'm just driving around with a sawed off.
In my mind, I'm thinking of that Tool song called Enema. It's like when LA gets washed away into Arizona Bay. You learn how to swim.
Swim, brother, swim. Oh man.
Any final words?
As
far as this episode ends,
you listeners be cool. You share our podcast everywhere.
Yeah, if you made it this far, please press that dang subscribe button. Do it for the goodness of your soul.
Do it for my stomach. I'm
so
suffering
gets better.
here.
And
you'll save a life.
I hope you can hear from us sooner than later next time. But yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, it was cool hearing about most of your guys' trips and and then giving my insight about what I did while you guys were gone. So, but hey, listener, I'm really glad you came out to listen to us. Well,
Till next time.